U.S. in frantic bid to avert wider Israel war after Iran warning, BNN Bloomberg.
Here's a summary of the article.
The U.S. and its allies are ratcheting up efforts to prevent the war between Israel and Hamas from engulfing the wider region, acting on concerns that an invasion of the Gaza Strip by Israeli forces could prompt Iran to enter the conflict. With hostilities centering around the blockaded enclave in Israel's south, the U.S. has asked Qatar to tell Hezbollah not to open up a second front to the war, a person familiar with the negotiations said, asking not to be named because the talks are delicate. It is in Israel's interest to avoid civilian casualties and Palestinian casualties, because Hamas clearly wants to turn this into a wider Arab-Israeli war, or indeed a war between the Muslim world and the wider world. Cleverly said. Turkey believes the U.S. deployment of warship strike groups in the eastern Mediterranean is encouraging Israel to use excessive force in its response to attacks by Hamas. Israel and the Lebanon-based group fought a month-long war in 2006. Ariel Kahana, senior diplomatic correspondent for right-leaning Israel Hayom newspaper, said Israel must not wait for Hezbollah to attack. The deployments are consistent with the scenario in which the Gaza conflict expands into a multi-front war surrounding Israel, it said.
This post received a score of 5,600, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
The U.S. sending a second aircraft carrier to the Middle East is a worrying sign. It seems they deem the threat credible.
If the Russian war is any indication, America's intel is weeks ahead of current events. They expect something. You're exactly right. Iran and Hezbollah have been in meetings the past few days. The Institute for War reported the Iran Revolutionary Guard Corps and Hezbollah fighters have massed in the southwestern region of Syria. Both Iran and Hezbollah have made it clear if Israel conducts the ground operation into Gaza, they will intervene. The U.S. knows exactly where this is going. Sec of State Blinken is frantically running around the Middle East as a last-ditch effort to stop this from becoming a regional war that the United States will become involved in.
Isn't the massing of troops between unfriendly organizations, countries as a deterrent normal? Israel has also amassed troops at the Lebanese and Syrian border, just in case.
Our troops are merely passing by.
They have to wait 3 turns to attack now.
Unless you're already at war with the rest of the map.
Looks at screen you too, huh?
How the hell could Russia afford to involve themselves when they barely have enough fighters to maintain their ongoing war with Ukraine?
They can't, but Ukraine has made it clear, they are thriving on Western weapons, and without them, a stalemate is the best they can achieve. So Russia might see additional pain now useful to settling their real concern.
Israel will get support via the U.S. Navy. I don't see how that should impact Ukraine. But I understand the worry.
If anything, it drew more U.S. resources into the region.
Like, how could Russia have fucked it up even more? By inspiring even more supply lines to more U.S. forces in the region, meaning that every supply drop is going to be double stuffed to the gills with any extra shit the U.S. have laying around. Like now, instead of having to plan every last pound in a just-in-time situation, there will be an easier time of logistics. Missed the Ukraine shipment? Just jam it in the next flight to Israel, have them drop the front half there, and reroute to Poland.
Yeah, more wars doesn't mean less U.S. munitions.
Yeah, our capacity to produce shit is truly amazing.
I guess on the bright side, it has a chance to boost our economy a bit if it doesn't become too huge of a conflict.
I enjoy hearing about a new square off between nuclear powers twice a year. It keeps the sphincter tight. What is with the media trying to manipulate people into thinking that America isn't on top of what's going on geopolitically? I've read Frantic and Fear on the top page of our World News today. Where is there any evidence that America is unprepared for this or fearful? It's just interesting that Ground Zero isn't fearful, but America hundreds of miles away is fearful. Israel and the surrounding vicinity, where the fighting will take place, is fervent, yet America is fearful? Of what precisely? I really don't think the United States is fearful when these states and organizations carry out their schemes. They were bound to happen at some point. Is the United States perhaps worried about the conflicts breaking out around the globe? I'm sure, but then again, all nations are concerned about instability of global order, or else are the aggressors.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.